right? Now, the significance of the hoodie today is, right? It's Throwback Thursday. They announced that this brother may be fighting, right? So I said, yo, why not throw on an ESJ Man Down Promotions hoodie, right? ESJ Man Down Promotions. You know, he's supposed to be fighting uh, Tim Zoo, June something, right? Throw on a throwback ESJ Man Down Promotions just to let you know how long we've been large and in charge, man. Yes, the motion, right? The motion in the ocean. The news by Shanewz, yes. Get your War Eagle emojis in. What's the name? Let me go get my pencil. Let me grab my pencil real quick, man. I thought I had one. Let me just check. Maybe I might not have one. Yeah, I'll go grab one. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. The Lizites are free. Hit the like button, y'all. Likes are free. Right? Hit the like button. All right, we are back, man. Five in the building. We got 5 likes yet, man. If we got 5 likes yet, man, run the likes up, man. Let's get the likes up. Why don't we get the likes up, y'all? Likes are free, man. Let's get the likes up, man. All right? Let's get the likes up, y'all. We got a nice fire topic tonight. Hit the like button, man. Likes are free. Don't be stingy with the likes. All right? Get off your crow vibes. Don't be a crow, right? Don't be a content crow. That's not the energy we looking for. We don't want the content crows, man. Right? We don't want the content crows, man. Hit the like button. Likes are free, right? So you see what my topic is. I said welfare plus Section 8 has replaced many black men in the home structure as a provider and protector, right? That's what we're going to be getting to the motion on. Now, um, what is y'all stance on that, man? What is y'all stance on that? That is my stance on that, right? Let's see how we're looking in the behind the scenes. Is anybody over in the behind the scenes? We'll mute this. Hit the like button, y'all. It's 3 of y'all over there. Don't moonlight in the behind the scenes. Likes are free. I can see y'all watching. Right? Hit the like button. Right? Hit the like button. Likes are free. Right? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Likes are free. So we're gonna get started, y'all. We about to get started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. All right. Now, first I want to put my disclaimer out there. This is being brought to you by Shanewz by Shanewz. Yeah, let me get a little of that in there. You know, everybody in my household has the flu. So, you know, you got to stay extra strong to get a nice, big, healthy grab right there, man. Nice big healthy grab of that. But this is good sea moss right here. Sea moss gold, right? This is available too. Holla at me, right? Mm. Raw, look, see? Raw. 92 minerals in you, right? All right. It's Black History Month, right? The black household has been shaken up for quite some time. It is starting to curve because now you're starting to see more uh, mothers and fathers or husbands and wives being raised, but for a distance, quite a distance, a stretch, it was always single parent households, right? In the black community. And I want to examine that today, right? Um, because and this isn't a welfare Section 8 thing, but I highlighted that because I feel like that was a major factor in breaking up the black household. We're gonna got the board up. We're gonna pull up some numbers to show that when this was put into play, right? When they told um, the African American woman, the ghetto woman, the woman in the inner cities and the hoods, if you kick your man, your husband, your boyfriend, your kid's father out of the home, we will fund you with housing. We will give you what a lot of y'all are beefing over right now. Food stamps and subsidies and shit like that, right? Now, we all go through hardships, we all struggle in life. But why was it important for the black woman especially to toss her man, her partner, out of the home in order to receive help? The man could do it. Maybe he's down and out right now, but to eliminate the father, who was the pillar of the home, right? He's the pillar of the home. But you're just saying, toss him out. If you don't deal with him, we will give you assistance. I think that's what made it comfortable for a lot of women to feel like not only were they independent, but that they did not need the black man or a man, which was the biggest Jedi mind trick. Because, and I say this respectfully, if somebody comes in and kicks in that door, right? The first line of defense, whether he's a breadwinner, successful, is going to be that protector of a man. So they just said, just toss him to the side. Because as a man, I'm going to cut this off before I start breaking it down. You have a lot of P's. As a real man, there's a lot of P's. Look, go to the board. P's. Those are the P's. As a man, you have a lot of P's, right? One of the P's is, I just spoke on, you are a protector, right? You are a protector of your tribe, your house, your community, right? When all else fails, you should always be a protector. Now, sometimes, this P right here, especially in the society that we live in, this may be a little hard for some of y'all. And when it's hard for some of y'all, y'all fall victim to self pity, feeling sorry for yourself. But you're also supposed to be a provider, right? A provider, that's the second P. Like I said, now this is where some of y'all, it might get hard for y'all. Y'all can't provide. And that's where the government and the powers that be came in. They said, yo, this guy can't provide for you. If you kick him to the curb, we will provide for you. We will give you funding, housing, and we will also um, get rid of, just get rid of the man, right? Now, right? Get rid of the man. A lot of the women went with that play, and that led to generations now and cycles of single parent mothers, the father being absent, and if I have some warriors in here, um, War Eagle warriors, please throw your eagles in the comments. Huh? Throw your eagles in the comments, right? But that's what that led to. And I'm about to pull up the receipts right now. We're gonna see when this was actually orchestrated, right? Watch this. I'll do my Google search right here. I wish my other homegirl was in here to do the chat TBT, right? Let's look it up. All right, we're gonna see right now. Look, I just did a quick Google search. Mm. Smash that like button. All right. Okay. So look, here it is. It came right up, right? So I'm gonna put it on the board and I'm gonna put it in my notes, right? 1950s. We are in 2026, right? 1950s, 1960s. It just came up, right? The Social Security Act. They renamed it the Aid to Families with Dependent Children, right? Dixon, my ass, what up? Hit that like button, right? So, in 1960, 1950, 1960, this is when welfare, but it started in the 30s though. But this is what when I Google search, this is what came up. Um, in the 1950s, 1960s, this is when welfare was associated, started being first associated with the black community. 1950s, 1960s. We're in 2026, right? Previously, like I said, it really started in 1937, the Social Security Act. But, in the times that we were living in, with segregation and, all of that, well, it's Black History, so we're breaking a lot of this down. Um, a lot of these programs were not available to the blacks, right? But in the 1950s, 1960s, these programs became available to the blacks, right? Now, check this out. I want to highlight an importance, right? A lot of times, blacks were not afforded a lot of the same opportunities, right? So what they did was they gave them some of these things right here, government assistance. But if you know anything about finances, um, when you go to the bank, right, to try to get a loan, right, a lot of the blacks around this time, especially, were denied loans. So right there, that is a handicap, right? So not to mention now, and you go to the bank, you work and you hold down a job, you say, listen, I want to buy a home for my family, but you're denied the loan. You cannot get a mortgage, you can't get a loan, right? Along comes the government and they sneak in through the back. They run down on your woman. You didn't get the loan. I'm speaking on a man now. You didn't get the loan. Now the government comes in. Times is hard for you. The government sneaks in. They run down on your woman. They say, yeah, man, we know it's hard out here. We know, your water's always off. This is off. Your lights are off. Nah, that's what's up, man. That's a good job. Get that job, man. Right? There you go. Get that job. Hopefully you're not trolling, right? But they swoop in and they say, yo, listen, man, we'll give you XYZ amount of money every month for food stamps. We'll put you in subsidized housing. You're gonna be this, right? But all we require for you is to no longer live or have this man living in your house, right? This man cannot live in your home no more. But we will, basically that's what they're saying. We will replace him and give you these funds, right? Now look what I just told you, right? What was the catch right there, right? They had to kick him out the house. But look, he was already handicapped off the rip. When he goes to the bank to try to get a loan, to secure a home, to secure certain things, he's denied, right? And now the government comes in and tells his woman, if you kick him out the house, we'll put you on the program. We'll lower your rent. We'll put you in a fixed income rent, right? We'll give you food stamps, right? But it's never nothing about ownership. See, the man that you kicked out, and I'm not saying all men, but just the man that you kicked out, he wasn't even afforded the opportunity for ownership. If he went to the bank to try to secure a loan to get ownership, he was denied, right? He was denied in the 50s and the 60s. Are y'all following that? How's the content looking, man? I see a lot of y'all in here, man. Let's get the war eagles going, man. Let's get those eagles going, man. Let's get the eagles going, man. Put some eagles in the comments, man. Get my eagles up, man. But that was the 1950s. Fast forward to 2026. Section 8 is still very prominent in the black inner city communities. And the reason why I highlighted this, like shout out to my team, they wanted to talk about this. But the real reason why I highlighted this is because remember, now with Trump is trying to eliminate a lot of this. And what y'all gonna do now? What y'all gonna do now? You already kicked the man out the crib. A lot of you niggas, I wish some of y'all would pop up in the chat. Y'all are comfortable living with your Section 8, bitch. Respectful, I say y'all respectful. But y'all are comfortable, right? As a protector, what? The peace. As a protector, provider, and parent, you got so comfortable living with a EBT card, right? Cause you thought, just like her, you was getting over. Yeah, you thought you was getting over, man. You was getting over. But what you really was doing was becoming weak. You were becoming weak, right? He said, work my way up to manager or supervisor. That's what's up, good brother. Look, let me comment back to you. Hold on, let me pull up on you. I see you over there. That's why I got the double screens working, right? You want to work your way up to manager. That's what's up, man. I'm gonna big you up. I'm gonna put some war eagles in there for you, right? Get your eagles in the chat, right? That's it. Yeah, look, one thing about what you just said, Dixon, a post office job is a good job because you could transfer that job anywhere in the United States, right? Which is good. Which is good because if you ever plan on relocating and moving and grooving, I'm moving it, you know how I like to say, I'm moving it, you'll be alright. You know that, right? You'll be alright there, brother. Because that job can transfer. You don't have to be stuck in one environment, right? You understand what I mean by that? Where are my eagles at? I'm looking for my eagle emojis. I don't see them. I see the chickens, the roosters. Where are the eagles at, man? Man, I know the eagle's on. There he goes. There's the eagle. I see him right here. There he is. Let's get those eagles up. Put the eagles in the chat, man. Get your eagles in the chat, man. Get the eagles in the chat, man. All right? Put the eagles in the chat. All right? Now, I think if you land that job, salute Big Dog Gumbo in the building. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, Gumbo? All right? But I just feel like they use these government programs to weaken the black family, right? They weaken the black family. And then weakening the black family, now, the black family, like I said, they weak. You have females that they're comfortable with subsidized housing, vouchers, no ownership, right? No ownership, because look, there is no ownership. And what do? They're comfortable with passing on their Section 8 to their kids. Now, what's wrong with that, right? We know what's wrong with that is we have the cycle wrong, right? Whereas others, look, and this is not a black or white thing, I'm just saying others generally, they don't pass on vouchers and programs. They pass on or they inherited what? Wealth. They inherited property. They inherited businesses. See, we don't do that. We pass on what? A voucher, right? We pass on a voucher. Now, whereas others, it may take them 15, 30 years. They pay off their house, now their house is owned. They're passing that house off now. All you gotta do is maintain your taxes every year, and that house would always be yours. They, this is what they are doing. Now, look, you see, I said they. I'm not making this a black or white thing. I'm just saying they, the people that have played the game very well, mastered the system. Appreciate the gift. Gumbo with a gift over here. There we go. Run it up, y'all. Shout out to Gumbo for the gift. But that's what we need to get on, right? We need to get on that type of accord and start doing that. And I think it starts within. We have to have accountability, start educating ourselves, and just overall start doing better, right? We need to start doing better, right? And it starts within. It starts within, right? And I'm gonna hit somebody up real quick. I missed the call. Yes, we do, Gumbo. Did y'all see Gumbo's comment over here? Gumbo's on the behind the scenes. He said we leave our children's dead. We need to change that mindset. We don't. We leave them. Right. Hold on. Not only do we leave our children's dead, we leave our children, our legacy, with poor teachings. Right. Poor teachings. See, and a shout out to my uncle Plat. We have to plant the seed. I remember doing this with my kids, right? CEO Nasai and Coach Green, teaching them how to trade and make their money or whatever they have work for them. It starts with the teachings, man. And if you're not in the home to teach, to do this, you can't do it. And it goes back to the topic. If they push us out of the home with programs, Section 8 and welfare, we can never really do that. How's the content looking though, man? Look, we working. Look, double screening. Yeah, I got my coffee too on deck. You know, you do have options, right? But that is what we gotta do, y'all. That is what we gotta do. We have to start teaching. And I say this respectfully. War Eagles, Targaryens, Dragon Riders, right? We gotta break away from the ignorance. Break away from the ignorance, man. Like and shout out to Gumbo, right? And I'm my brother. We talked earlier behind the scenes, right? And Gumbo's gonna know what I'm speaking on. We have to separate ourselves from frauds, right? And what is a fraud? A fraud is somebody that doesn't add up, right? If I tell you, look, if I tell you I got this CMOS, right? And I say, yo, look, I'm showing you this CMOS, right? And I'll be like, yo, hit me up. Place place an order for CMOS. Today is Thursday. I can go to the post office and mail you off some CMOS, right? This is, look, I'm showing you a fraud activity real quick. I'll be like, yo, I can mail you off some CMOS. You hit me up and you order some of the CMOS right here, right? Now you order CMOS, you pay me $35, $40, $50, whatever for the CMOS, right? I just showed you the CMOS on the live stream. You'd be like, yo, Shy, man, I didn't get my CMOS, right? I placed the order with you, I cashed apped you, I Zelled you. I didn't get the CMOS. You showed the CMOS on the live stream, what happened? And I say, oh yeah, man, yo, it gotta clear. It takes time to clear. Once it clears, I'll send it to you. That's fraud activity. Why would I show my product and then you place the order and I can't provide the product? That's what a lot of these guys do on this internet. Don't fall victim to that, right? And I think the reason why a lot of these guys are uncomfortable with me on this internet is, what do I always say? Serious inquiries only, because we get to the motion, we get busy. Smash the like button, throw those War Eagles in the what's the name. Let me get to some of these comments, right? Shout out to all the good brothers in the comments, right? We got a lot of comments on the behind the scenes. Shout out to my good brother Tom. Tom, how are you doing on this Throwback Thursday? Look, I threw on the ESJ. Because remember, they always try to say I was an ESJ hater. Nah, I'm an ESJ builder. I built ESJ's brand. I built my brand. I build brands, baby. As you can see, you do have options. But he said, much respect, family. Stay blessed and consistent, Mr. Gumbo. Shout out to Bruce Gas. He said, a fraud is a boxer. TL, the boxer, Brian Norman, Ja Rule with the fake tough antics, that the list goes on. Damn, you think Norman The father, no, I don't think. Oh, that's a tough one. I like that, man. I just think they crashed out too quick, man. But I like them, man. They sparred with us, man. Right? I used to go hard behind the scenes for them until the father came at me sideways, man. And then I kind of fell back. I kind of fell back. But he's still young. He's still got. I just don't think Derrick James was the right fit. I'm just be honest, man. There are a million other good trainers out there, and I want to say shout out to Gumbo, and Bernie. Bernie's my guy, man. Bernie said that EJ should work with Buddy McGirt. Did you see that? Do you know who put that out there first? Because I talked to my cousin. That's my cousin, man. Buddy McGirt is my cousin. That's my older cousin, man. He could fight his ass off, Hall of Famer. You know, one of the top trainers. That's why I say, look, a lot of y'all slept on me, man. Look, that's that buddy right there, baby. That percolator. It's time for the percolator, man. Shout out to the OG buddy. He just recently had a birthday. 60 plus years old, man. Right? Hall of Fame fighter as well as trainer. Right? Took it from right here, not literally right here, but you know what I mean, from right here to around the world. He spread the sauce magic all over the world, man. Right? All over the world. And that is my cousin. Right? That is my cousin. I had him in the gym a couple weeks ago, right? One of the young fighters that I mentor and I work with he got a session, right? Yo, how dope is that, man? But I think it was just dope for everybody that was at the gym that day, though, man. To be honest, but to be a young fighter, right? A young amateur fighter, he basically got a Frank Martin session. Frank Martin is getting that right now. And a shout out to you, Frank. I reposted your stuff, man. See, I told you I fucks with you, Frank Martin. I know when you was with Derrick James and shit, and you turned down the Shakur Stevenson fight, I was kind of an asshole. But it wasn't had nothing to do with you, brother. Nothing to do with you at all. Right? But Frank Martin, next week is his day, February 21st. Right? On that Garcia Barrios card. And then, from what I'm hearing, alleged, he's going to get a title shot. It's time for the percolator. But do not look over Nair Albright, sturdy Philadelphia fighter. But I think Frank is going to be too much for him, man. This is going to be his second full camp with Buddy. And I think they're blending good, man. Because one thing about my cousin, and I'm biased, but I'm not biased, the stats and receipts speak for themselves. Buddy McGirt, and Gumbo, if you're in here, put it in the comments. Let it be known, right? He's a real coach. So he's going to pull from you the stuff that needs to be pulled. And I think a lot of fighters, they don't want that. A lot of fighters want a yes man coach. A lot of fighters want a coach that's he's happy to get the check. He's not going to tell you, yo, I said 6 rounds on the bed. You just did 3. What are you doing? See, these guys want that coach that they can go in the gym and do 3 rounds on the bed, but the coach say, yo, give me 6. And they be like, oh, man, come on, man. No, a real coach is going to be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I said 6 rounds. I didn't say 3. But that's what these guys want. And they get mad when I speak on that. Yes, Buddy is a legend. He is. He's a legend. Let me pin that, man. Because you put the War Eagles in that, brother. Let's pin that. You see I'm working, Gumbo. How we looking? How's the content looking, y'all? No jealous fans on ink. Get those War Eagles out here. Get the Eagles up. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. Tom says, I have to come hit the like button over here. I know Buddy McGirt was a great boxer, no doubt, and trainer. But I believe it's time for EJ to sit down, man. But listen, Tom, you may be correct, right? You may be correct. But EJ has to fight. EJ's going to fight Tim Tszyu. He needs to start getting ready. Right? If that fight is official. He's not sitting down. He's going out there to fight. Right? And that's another funny thing. Has he announced who his trainer is? right? Has he announced who his trainer is? Put it in the comments. Does anybody know? Anybody know who his trainer is by any way? By any means? Don't you need an ID to get those benefits? Yes. Rolling, you do. You need to be you need an ID, you need to be on program. You need to be on program, right? Man, shout out to the chat. The chat is very live, man. He said, I'm going to give you some real source coach motivation. If you don't know, I definitely don't. Yeah, I don't know either. Damn, Bruce Gas said his money is on Tim Zoo. A lot of people's money's on Tim Zoo, man. A lot of people. EJ been out the ring for 3 years, bro. 3 years. I just don't. The whole setup, and I watched a couple guys try to run with my plays. I spoke on this, man. The whole setup, to me, is a bad look. Like, why is he going to Australia? Why is he fighting for low money, right? This guy's been out the ring. But you know what it is? And I'm going to say it, and I don't care who this offends. You guys want to keep pushing that false narrative. Oh, they're loyal to Al Heyman. No, they can't. It's nothing about being loyal. They got fucked up paperwork and contracts. That's why. They got fucked up paperwork and contract. And you niggas don't want to speak on that. Ain't no loyalty. They're slaves, man. 12 years a slave. Remember when I used to talk about that? Remember when I used to talk about that? 12 years a slave? I used to be like, yo, them niggas are slaves over there. They can say what they want about me. I was a free man. I was a free man. Yo, Gumbo and everybody else that's in here, I was like Hollow and Crow. Yo, remember Hollow and Crow? And Cadillac Records? Yeah, they tried to kill my nigga, right? Yeah, right? Look. Yeah, they was talking about Hollow and Crow, right? Remember he pulled up to Chicago? He had that old beat up truck, and they was mocking him, right? Cause they had the fancy Cadillacs. And your Hollow and Crow was like, yeah, he did like this to his truck. He said, yeah, she's an old girl, but she's mine. Right? Yeah, that shit went right over their head, right? He was like, yeah, she an old girl, but she's mine. I own your Hollow Crow's my grandfather. That's how my grandfather used to give it up. He was like, yo, you see all this land? Yeah, look. He said, yo, you see all this land, right? All my aunties, my sister, even me. We all inherited that. But yo, my grandfather used to be on that type of time. He used to be like, you see all this land right here? Right? You see that house right there? You see that church over there? It's mine. He used to be like, yeah, he used to be like, it's mine, no. It's mine. Right? Yeah, they wasn't catching those vibes, right? Cause it looked beat up. It wasn't new. It wasn't nice. It wasn't shiny. It wasn't fancy. But shit, it was his, right? It's mine, right? Look, that's what I do. Look, when I want to stunt, right? And people be talking shit about me, I'll be like, you know what? You right. You right. Guns and butter, right? It's mine though, right? I ride around and I get it. I ride around and I get it. It's mine, I spend it, right? It's mine. That's what he told Muddy Waters and what's the name of them? You gotta call up your daddy. Go call your daddy. Remember? Yo, when what's the name died, right? What he did, right? What did he do, right? Yo, and he didn't like Muddy Waters, but Hollow Crow was real. When what's the name died, he knew they was busted. He knew they was shot. They was over there begging, what we would like to call a GoFundMe, right? Remember, they was on a GoFundMe to try to bury what's the name, Little Walter. They was trying to bury Little Walter, right? Yo, he pulled up with the stacks, right? Yo, Hollow and Crow, the same nigga they tried to clown for having that beat up truck. Yo, he pulled up with the stack. He pulled up with the stack and gave him the bread. Said, yo, I'm trying to bury. He said, I'm trying to help bury a fellow musician. Pulled the guap out. He pulled the guap out. and had and funded the funeral, right? Right? He funded the funeral. The nigga they tried to mock and clown for having a beat up truck. Mm. He was ahead of the game. He owned his masters, right? Tom said my pops told me some things about my grandfather. He said no woman was safe in the neighborhood or even across town. Uh-oh. Hide the women, hide the wives. Hide the women, hide the wives, right? Hide the women, hide the wives, man. How's the content looking, y'all? How's the content looking? Right? But let's get back on what we was talking about, right? Let's not lose sight. I just feel like they broke the structure of the household when they gave away all of the stuff like Section 8, uh, when they was like, your rent could be $30. Just get rid of the man. And like I said, a lot of women ran with that. And now we are where we are at. And we the only ones that they do that, right, too, right? Pay attention to this. And this is, like I said, this is not a black or white thing, right? A whole entire white family, and it's not a black or white thing. A whole entire white family, right? This is what they would do. I know it. I work with a lot of these guys. I've seen it. Yo, they will live with the in-laws, right? Combine their resources, make enough money, and go buy some. They won't say, "Oh," and I say this respectfully, right? They won't say, "Oh, Becky Sue," right? I'm just being funny. They won't say, "Oh, Becky Sue, get rid of him. He ain't shit," right? Nah, they will let them live with them. They might even try to clean him up, get him situated, put him on, get him in the union, get him a job, right? And eventually they're gonna come up. He's gonna buy a house. They're gonna get a situation. Us, what do we do? Oh man, that nigga ain't shit. Yo, that nigga ain't shit. Get rid of him. Yo, go down there and go get you some food stamps. Yo, go get you a voucher. That nigga ain't doing nothing. That nigga ain't doing nothing. Yo, they fooled us a long time ago, y'all. Yo, they fooled us a long time ago, man. And now, it's on us. Like my brother said, it's on us not to pass those bad habits on. And I still see those bad habits to this day. You come on the internet, and I say this respectfully. How many grown ass bums do you see? And I said, listen, if you feel like I'm talking about you and you see me outside, get active. I don't hide nowhere, right? But how many bums do you see online every single day with no motion? And they think it's cool. No, you sending the wrong message, nigga. You are a bum. You are a bum. You sending the wrong message. You not building. You not getting to nothing. You just on the internet. And respectfully, I don't sit around those type of people. And when I see people that do sit around that and with that, it lets me know one thing. You're an agent, right? You're an agent. Because if you are official niggas ain't fucking with that type of time. Gumbo said, just like they removed a man when both of my grandfathers had two family and two homes, took care of both. No secret. Yeah. That's what they did. And then they replaced this, like I said, with government funding, right? And we can go real deep, right? Check this out, right? They want to say that drugs, right? All type of drugs, jail, all that. Also, helped to destroy the structure of the black family, right? Some of the most um, lucrative drug addicts are affluent white men. Why doesn't it destroy their family structure, right? I'm not. I'm just saying, alleged, right? Some of the biggest spenders of drugs are white wealthy men that come from structured households. So why is it the drugs destroying their household? They getting high, right? See, you gotta pay attention to the game. The game is rigged, right? But they tell us, right? Oh, his father was on drugs. He was an alcoholic. But why can this man cop drugs and do all these things and his household doesn't fall apart? But hey, what do I know? Tom, what did you say? He said these baby mamas, true baby daddies, is Uncle Tom, who provides them to be independent and boss chicks with EBT cards, WIC Section 8, subsidized housing. Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad, brother. It's sad. It is sad. It's a tragedy, right? When you think about it, it really is a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Um, because if you think about it, and hopefully Gumbo is still in here, what Gumbo said, right? Our elders, before they put this in, we thrive. Listen, I think the reason why I'm so good and strong is my father was him. He did him. I have a lot of brothers and sisters and all of that, right? But my mother's father, my grandfather, my father's father, I was raised around these men. So I seen and grew up around having a man in my life in the house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know that side of the game, right? I watched both of my grandfathers put in work, put in pain, and be at the house, right? And have that structure, right? That's why like a lot of the comedy shit that comes out, I be laughing when they be like, "Oh, you can't take the big piece of chicken, right?" The big piece of chicken go to Pop Pop, right? Pop Pop always got the big piece of chicken. Just like the African tundra, right? The African lion, right? Yo, the woman will hunt, right? The lioness hunt. They take the prey down, and then what? Who comes? The big alpha lion, the protector. He bogards the food, right? But everybody eats. That's how it's supposed to be, because he's the protector, right? Their territory. Who protects their territory? Not Uncle Sam, right? Yo, Tom, who protects the lion prize territory? Are they going to Uncle Sam and getting subsidized housing and EBT cards? No, the lion, the big pride lion. He marks up the territory. He pisses on trees. He patrols the area, right? He runs off the invaders until he can no longer do it. Then the territory is taken over. It's the circle of life, right? But when he is strong and until he falls, that's how it is, right? Tom says, lion put Texas territory while the women have the babies and get the food. Facts. Facts. That is a fact. That is a fact. And if you think about it, with all of most of the the animal kingdom structures, that's how it rolls. The gorillas roll like that too. You ever see the big silverback gorilla, like Planet of the Apes, right? That nigga just beats all the pussy up. Yeah, he be like this. Yeah, right. Yeah, the big silverback, right? He regulates the whole community, right? He regulates the whole community. the dominant alpha gorilla, right? All most of the animal kingdom gives it up like that. The dominant male of the community is going to be the one taking down the most pussy, putting it down. But what does he do? He holds down the most responsibility, right? Something that, look, I'm tying this into to the live stream. It's something that they try to eliminate from us. Man, kick that nigga out the house. Yo, we give you funding, we give you food, right? They wanted to strip us of that, man. And they did. And now, unfortunately, we are in the times that we are in now where a lot of these niggas is just comfortable sitting around being bums and then feeling some type of way about a real alpha male that beats on his chest and takes pride in everything that he conquers and takes down, right? And gets on his hollering crow and said, nah, I's the free man. That's my land. It's my land. I own that. I provide for that. That's mine. I ride around and I get it. I ride around and I get it. It's mine. I spend it. It's mine. I spend it. He said, Coach Motivation, that's what's missing today. Woman don't cook. Why is it a problem? Father to see his kids, can't feed his kids McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and pizza for dinner. Yeah, it's, we gotta, well, we have to break the cycle. And I feel like there are brothers that are breaking the cycle, but unfortunately, we are outnumbered, right? There are far less Jedis, right? I'm gonna just use different terminology. There are far less Targaryen dragon riders. There are far less war eagles. We are outnumbered now. There are more suckers. There are more beta males. There are more agents and guys that sit in the bushes. You know how many guys was in the bushes for this live stream right here? They're in the bushes, man. And I don't fuck with them no more, man. I'll be like, yeah, just stay in the bushes, man. Stay in the bushes, man. The content is too much because I hold all my P's down. You gotta hold your P's down, man. All right, remember the P's? I went to the board today. He said that's why I laugh when I hear a woman call herself an alpha. Ugh, yeah, that's terrible. Well, that's what they set up. They listen. You might have gotten here late, Gumbo. I said this. I said, yeah, she's an alpha till somebody kicks in that fucking door. Let that door get kicked in. Let somebody kick in that door, right? We're gonna see how much of an alpha she is. If a motherfucker come kick in that door and say, everybody get on the fucking floor, she gonna wish that man was in there, right? She gonna wish that man was in there, man, right? She's an alpha then, right? When she gets tied up, right? They kick in that door and she gets tied up and they run through that house, right? He said, Coach, motivation, even if the fathers were breaking the code, you still won't hear about those fathers because the mothers want all the spotlight. Man. Yo, look, see how CMOS works, right? I got a CMOS and a hot tea right here, right? It got me sweating in here, man. Right? That's good. That's good. That means the little bit of cold that was trying to come on me is coming up out of me, man. Yeah. I'm a mutant, man. You put the right things in your body, it'll fight it off. It'll fight it off, man. It will fight it off, man. I swear, like, yo, I'm hot right now. I am sweating. But how was the content though, man? How was the content? We hit the hour mark. We almost at our hour mark, man. Right? I was hoping that some females was gonna pull up, man. But they're probably all at work. Everybody doesn't have PTO time and sick days and all of that to take off. And I didn't want to do this live stream later, right? I did not want to do this live stream later. That's why I jumped on right now. Right? I jumped on right now. And it's a good cook, man. The numbers is up, man. Gumbo said I'm dealing with that right now with a worthless woman. Man. Well, you know what that means. You know. And look, now all right, since Gumbo brought that up, we're gonna switch gears now. Now we're gonna talk ownership, right? And Gumbo, you are a owner, right? So you can catch these vibes, right? As an owner, operator, smooth operator, right? I feel like you are the owner. An owner does what, right? Let's look this up real quick. An owner, you subcontract work. You give out contracts, right? Your woman is considered a player on your team, right? Man, I'm kicking the ism right now. They're gonna try to run with my game and my style. As the owner of your team and organization, your woman is a player on your team. If she is performing less than your standards, because I'm going off of what you said. You said I'm dealing with that right now with a worthless woman, right? You are not destroying them, no. If she is worthless, it may be time to trade her, right? And I say this respectfully, play your shit. Trade her or replace her. Because as a owner operator, smooth operator, and this is my saying, you know, you do have options. There are a million women on the sidelines looking to be a part of a winning organization, a winning team. They want a roster spot on a winning team, right? They want a roster spot on a winning team. And you are a successful, smooth operator. I know, Gumbo. We just kicking the ism. We kicking the ism. You know, we talked earlier. I'm just using your chat. I'm just using your chat. I'm not saying you're a woman, but remember what we talked about behind the scenes, Gumbo. I'm just saying. That's how real owners. You're an owner operator. That's how real owner operators give it up. All right, fuck it. I don't. I do it like this now. I'm Jones, Jerry Jones, right? How does Jerry Jones give it up with the Cowboys, man? If a motherfucker on Jerry Jones's team ain't performing, what does he do? He cuts him. Yo, Jerry Jones will cut you in a heartbeat and do what? Replace you, right? That's what owners do. It's my team. I'll give you a contract, but if you're not performing to the standards of that contract, I'm going to cut you. Because as an owner operator, a smooth operator, there's a million players that want your spot. They want your spot. He said, do you think women destroy men by saying I don't need a man or saying that they're sassy and gay, play deadbeat dads, they abuse their arm? Yes, we talked about that 2 weeks ago. That is called, I said, I had the young lady on here, we were speaking on that. That is a form of mental domestic violence, man. Because anytime you try to devalue somebody, right? Whether physical or mental, because that's mental right there, right? That's abuse. That's abuse, man. And once a man loses his confidence, it's over. Once a man loses his confidence, it's over. And I think it's so many niggas on the internet, right? And me and Gumbo was talking about this, right? They don't have no confidence. That's why they try to copy niggas. And any man that's online, right? There's too many of y'all in the bushes copying niggas, right? Right? You sit in the bushes and you copy niggas. Not only are you a weirdo, you have a low self-esteem. I'm back, y'all. That was Coach Ream. That was Coach Ream. Man, yo, they all sick at the house, man. Look, I had some pistachios right here, right? I had my sea moss right here, and I had that hot tea. Yo, that shit kicked in. I started sweating in here, man. But this right here will get you right. Now I do the capsules too. But I had to, you see how I did it today. I had to give it up with some of this good raw. Right? That's how I fight off these colds, man. That's how I fight off these colds, man. Hold on. I'm gonna try to get one of my homegirls on, man. They didn't pick up. They probably working. They are working. You know how that goes. I was trying to get them on. You know what it is? They probably don't want to throw their significant other under the bus. I don't blame them. But you know me, I don't care because I look at it like, yo, nigga ain't gonna say nothing to me. Right? He ain't gonna say nothing to me. I was trying to catch them on their lunchtime break. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Damn, see? Unfortunately, I can't, man. You know, they out there working. Hopefully, they'll call back before I wrap up the live stream. Right? But put in the comments, man. Any other comments, things where you want me to go with it, right? Any other comments, man? This was some good fire content, man. Good fire content. Right? The 3 P's though, man. Protector, provider, parent, right? Purpose. One day I'll get into all the P's. Look. I'll get into all the P's one day, y'all. I'll get into all the P's. But how's the content looking, man? Shout out to all the War Eagles, man. A War Eagle substance, y'all. A War Eagle substance. All right. You know what I'll do? Hold on. While we sitting there, we're getting into a little bit of boxing right now, man. I did an hour on my thesis, right? I wish what's his name would have sent me that. Where Bernie the boxer said that Earl Spence should work with Buddy McGirt. Let me see if I can find it though. I'll see if I can find it.
Send.
see if I can find it. I gotta find the that was Millie City, right? Why is it not coming up, man? Man. See, because Millie City puts a lot of his shit in and members only. I'm not a member. I don't. I don't do the membership. Alright.
Possibly June 6th or June 13th. I mean, what's your reaction?
Well, I hope
and Tim Zoo is the opponent.
Yeah. Well, I hope it ain't June 13th because I got baby go see tickets. We're going to see Mojo Brooks. So I don't want to have to be fighting over what should I do. Anyway, but I think that's a good opponent for him. Tim Zoo has obviously, lost some steam, but he still got a good name and, really mostly about his name. I don't know about his ability at this point, but, with a guy like Earl Spence that's come off such a dramatic defeat and a couple years layoff, almost 3 years, it'll be, wow, time flies. I think it's a good opponent. I like to see the kid back.
Obviously, when it comes down to Tim Zoo, you said something about his his name. Obviously, Costa Zoo, his father. But is he a high-level fighter to you at 154 pounds?
Well, like I say, he took that loss against Merzatalayo. Then he just got beat. Who else beat him? Somebody just beat him, didn't he?
No, he got a win over Anthony, a Puerto Rican kid around in Massachusetts. So he just came off of but he went 12 rounds with him.
Okay.
And then,
Okay. So
he lost to Fundora after that.
Okay.
Got stopped.
He got his get back. He got back in the win column from the back room. Merzatalayo. Okay, so he had one fight since then. Okay. Yeah. Well, like I said, he took awful lot of punishment in those fights.
He
He
did.
took awful lot of punishment.
He did. That's why this is a safe fight for EJ. As far as that, I don't think Tim Zoo's a killer like that anymore. He's a dangerous opponent because he's the man that's been campaigning at that weight. But he's been beat down. He's been beat down.
Those fights. And I guess I just keep him winning. I don't know if he's going to fight again. Is he going to fight one more time before Spence or what?
Yes, he is actually. He's actually having another tune-up in between.
Good. Oh, well, then it's great. It's good. It's good. They're going to fight this year, too. Good. He at least, like I say, Spence is fighting the guy.
He fought three times last year.
Yeah.
Tim Zoo. He got a win over Joey Spencer after the backroom loss.
Yeah.
And then, he got Fundora. He got stopped.
Yeah, he's beating up on all. Look, remember Joey Spencer? Joey Spencer had a lot of hype, right? Remember they was mad at me because I was like, I remember they gave him, was a prospect or something of the year. And I was like, yeah, y'all supposed to get that to Gary Antoine Russell. But Joey Spencer had the hype coming out, right? You see, that fizzled out quick. Gary Antoine Russell has going on to become a world champion. Just wanted to stop and put that out there, man. Source facts, man. Shanewz Boxing LLC, man. You do have options.
Up in the 7th, and then he fights Anthony Vasquez.
So last year he lost to Backroom and he got 2 wins. He didn't lose to
2024, he lost to Backroom.
Damn, been that long. This is 26, ain't it?
Yep. Yeah, we here.
So he
2 years
lost to
ago.
Backroom in 2024?
Yep.
Yeah.
Damn. And so last year he fought twice.
No, last year he fought 3 times.
He didn't fight Fundora last year.
He fought.
He lost to Fundora first, and then he fought Backroom.
No, man, yeah, he lost to Fundora twice.
Who? Tim Zoo?
Tim Zoo lost to Fundora twice.
Oh, they fought again. Wow.
Oh, let's bring it back. Remember the gash?
Yeah.
And then he broke, and that was 12 rounds. That was
Yeah.
12 right there.
That's when he got
And then
upset.
Bachram was a third round KO. He got stopped in the third round.
Right.
He stops Joey Spencer in the fourth round.
Okay.
Then he goes 7 rounds with Fundora. He gets stopped. Remember they threw in the towel?
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that?
Not really, I swear. I
That's
couldn't.
crazy because I remember I interviewed you and you was like, I don't know why he stopped because he was
Let me say, I wish I had the time
Today,
when he said about
fast
Brandon
mode.
McGirt.
And for a limited time, it's free for all users.
Get everything under control so he can resume his career again. Probably had to, get enough time to do that. So that's what I'm banking on, that he settled all his affairs and made peace with everything and got everything just right. So now he can, finish off his career. So I think that's good.
Smash that light bulb, War
But going over
Eagles.
to Australia is nothing. Spence has proven, his mettle going over there with Brooke, coming back and fighting Danny Garcia after the car accident. He didn't show that, he, went to war with Sean Porter. He didn't show what he is, so I wouldn't take that from him, and I would expect no less.
I mean, who do you think is the A side and B side, knowing that Tim Tszyu has been, he's had fights at 154 pounds, you know what I mean? So versus Spence, he's did most of his career at 47. I know he had a couple fights at 54 that he did it, not like 51, 52 type of deal, but yeah, and obviously going to Australia, he just got a big name at this point in time. That's really all he has. But yeah, who's the A side and B side to this one?
I think it's gonna be Errol Spence because he's gonna carry the fight. Everybody want to see Errol Spence come back. You know what I mean? So I would say Errol Spence, but
Yo, Bernie's being politically correct. Yes, Earl Spence, name-wise, is the A side. But financial-wise, it's Tim Tszyu, man. It's Tim Tszyu. It's obvious. If Earl Spence was the A side, the fight would be in Dallas, man. If they had the bag and they had the money and they had the resources to put up, this fight should be in Dallas. I talked about that yesterday. Y'all caught that live stream. I broke that down yesterday. Why is he traveling to Australia? He hasn't been in the game for almost 3 years. He can't run it up in Dallas, right? But, the money's not there right now, man. The money's not there. The money's not there right now, y'all.
I think it'll probably go more well in Australia because Errol Spence never been to Australia. And, he's still a big draw. He's still a big, big name. And, Tim Tszyu obviously is a big name in Australia. So it just put more feather in his cap, going to Australia, fighting a guy like Tim Tszyu in his first fight back after 3 years. And and I'm looking for him to look good and beat Tim Tszyu.
Is that your prediction?
Yeah.
Now, in what faction? Break it down to me. You got both of these guys and their styles. They're obviously two different styles. What do you think? I mean, what do you think about how it goes down? Some people are talking about a stoppage. You got Spence as a southpaw. You got Tim Tszyu as an orthodox. I mean, what do you see?
Spence probably mow him down.
Mow straight through, huh?
I mean, like what I'm just saying, he probably mow him down, grind him down, probably stop him. Anyway, he gonna be on him like white on rice. That's how Spence fight. You know what I'm saying? He not the laid back type of guy. So, it's gonna be an action fight too, because Tim Tszyu really is an action fighter. So, it's gonna be an action fight, and I'm gonna expect Errol Spence to win.
Derek James not being in the corner.
There we go.
Mean anything in this fight?
There we go.
No, I think he understands what it is to be a fighter and who he is as a fighter. And no, I think he's, no, I think he's gonna do well, just like with Keyshawn. He's one of those guys you just wind up and let him go. You need a little reinsurance. It's like Crawford, same thing. Shakur. You put them guys in the ring, they pretty much know what to do now. They done learned all they could, and not saying they still won't learn and take some things, but they got it under control. So I expect him to do the same thing. Who's in his corner actually?
Not sure right now. Not sure. There's rumors of Breadman, rumors of Roy Jones Jr. Really don't know yet.
I would have went to Buddy McGirt just like
man.
the partner did. Just
That's
like
right.
what's
That's right. Shout out to Bernie, man. Yo, Bernie, man, you been watching. He should have went to Buddy McGirt. You know, he should have. Maybe he still can. Right? Frank Barnes with Buddy. Right? What up, cuz? Right? War Eagles, man. Time for the percolator. Yo, Gumbo, shout out to you for giving me that. You should have went to Buddy McGirt. Now, a lot of you content crows, been in the bushes forever, stay in the bushes. Who has been telling y'all that's who Earl Spence needs to go to? Now that the OG Bernie the Boxer said it, you know, a lot of you, like I said, that's in the bushes, y'all try to ride the wave now. Well, shout out to Bernie for mentioning that, right?
his kid's name Martin did.
Frank Martin.
Yeah, I'll be going to Buddy McGirt. You know,
I said the same thing.
I think Buddy McGirt, like I said, they both together already. You know, they've been sparring buddies and friends for a long time, so I think that'd be good. And I like Buddy McGirt. You know, he's a veteran. He's an old true professional champion and a championship coach.
Facts.
I think I like his approach. I like the way he talk about things. I like the way he break things down.
All facts.
And I like Bread Man too. I would say I would go with the kid. I would go with Buddy McGirt.
All facts.
Roy Jones.
All facts, man. Shout out to Bernie the Boxer, man. All facts. Buddy's old school. That's what you need. And Buddy is proven. I'm not saying that Bread Man is not proven, but just check Buddy's resume and stats. Guys catch L's and come back, they get the magic back messing with Buddy. They get the magic back when they mess with Buddy, man. It is what it is, man. And shout out to Gumbo. Gumbo, you get an executive producer credit on that. Anything else you guys want me to cover while I'm here? I'm at the desk. Look, I threw on a customized old school Earl Spence hoodie. All right? ESJ, see? That's how long a lot of y'all been in the bushes hating on what I do. You know my saying, you want my spot flash? Make your own spot, man. But yeah, Buddy McGirt would be an excellent fit. Yeah, excellent fit. I think he was trying to creep up here because he was in Philly. Yeah, EJ was in Philly, man. He really wanted to come up here and pop into the Brentwood wreck. But he knows you gotta come correct, man. You gotta come correct, man. You did a lot of disrespect. You lied. You gotta make that right, right? In order to make that right, you know, you gotta come see Big Sauce, man. And you gotta come see Big Sauce, man. God already told me, until you do right, you know, you tried to, you like the rest of these niggas, you will continue to watch from the bushes, War Eagles. I'm soaring. I'm soaring. But I agree with that 100%. Get with Buddy McGirt, man. Get with Buddy, right? Get with Buddy McGirt. Get with Buddy. Buddy McGirt is an excellent fit. Excellent fit, man. Anything else? Let's see. Anything else? I'm looking. Right? Oh, WCS was in the building. Salute WCS. In the behind the scenes, man. How we looking though, y'all? This is the new upgraded sauce over here, man. This is the new upgraded sauce, man. I'm on this side of the building today, man. All right? But how we looking, y'all? How we sounding? I was trying to get one of my homegirls to call in, but I guess they busy, man. Hold on, let me see. Let me shoot them a text. They working girls, man. They working girls. All right. Hopefully I didn't make them go in the bushes, man. Yeah, my setup and everything be just too much, man. My setup be too much, right? But yo, get with the sea moss right here. Listen, if you place an order, listen, you place an order right now on the live stream, I'll tell you what, because there's not too many people in here right now that's gonna catch this. Anybody that places an order right now, right, I will pay your shipping and handling, right? Since I don't see too many people in here right now. You place an order right now for the Seymours, I'll pay your shipping and handling, right? Now, if I had mad people in here, I wouldn't have did this. But it's not too many of y'all in here right now. You place the order right now, I'll pay for your shipping and handling on the Seymours, right? Whether you order a jar or you order it like that, I'll pay your shipping and handling right now. Just hit the Cash App, hit me up on social media via Facebook. Well, not Facebook. A lot of y'all I don't accept on Facebook, but IG, things like that. Hit me up, man. Drop a comment, right? Definitely drop a comment. Look, this stuff works good, right? Like I said, I was battling a little bit of the flu. You see me come in here, I had it raw. I had a little raw. I'm gonna take another. Now I know, look, there's some of y'all in the bushes right now watching. Y'all didn't hit the like button. Y'all just in the bushes, right? Y'all want to report me. This is legal. Y'all want to report me. But that's what y'all do. Y'all are jealous haters. Right? Well, place that order. I'll do the shipping for you right now. You know, today is Thursday. I can get it out for you right now. You have it no later than Monday. Well, Monday's a holiday, so you get it Tuesday. You get it Tuesday. Facts, Malik. You know the vibes. You know the vibes, man. You know the vibes, man. Now, all of the boxing YouTube talk is on Shakur, Devin, and Keyshawn. I'm watching the chilling circuit. I'm not really getting a rise from that yet. You know? Let's put this out there real quick, right? They said that Teofimo Lopez is moving up to welterweight. I don't think this fight had happened, but I seen a couple people talking about it. Him and Brian Norman Jr. I think Brian Norman Jr. could stop him. I just think so. I think it'll be a good fight, but I don't think Tio would take that fight, especially after what he just looked like against Shakur. And I think it'll be a perfect fight for Brian Norman Jr. because I think he could beat him, right? Because he's athletic enough, definitely strong enough. I think he could do it, but I don't think they'll make that fight. But I like that fight. I've seen that. What I do think is going to take place in the welterweight division next week, if Ryan Garcia defeats, if Ryan Garcia is successful and defeats Mario Barrios like I think he is, him and Rowley will probably do a unification. That's just my thoughts. Does anybody else have anything on that? There we go, 7 likes. Let's get the likes up to 10. Anybody else have anything on that? That's the big fights next week, y'all. Now, some of y'all missed out, man, right? if you ordered the two pay-per-views, you got that. You got that. If you ordered Shakur's and you got both of those for like under $120, I think $110 or something. And that's a good card next week. Cause you got Russell Jr., not Russell Jr., Torn the Dawn on that card. You got Frank Martin. You also got Richard Hitchens, right? He said, I like Debo Dev over everybody at 147. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna break Dev down. Cause somebody's gonna reach out to me behind the scenes. And you know me, I'm gonna get paid. Game is to be sold and not told. He said he likes Dev against everybody at 147. Maybe. Maybe. He said, I know I'm not betting with nobody else but you or make my own account. Ah, man. But talk about it, Gumbo. These guys are felonious capers, man. Yeah. Yeah, these boys can't cover their bets, man. I told you what a lot of these guys do, right? Yo, these online bettors, right? That's they hustle. These niggas don't place no bets. Look, I'm Bumpy Johnson. Yo, why they don't ever show you the slips? Yo, I was raised by the queen, man. Yo, when you run numbers, right? Or you do something, where's the slip, man? You gotta have your slip, man. A lot of these guys, that's they come up, man. They be telling you to send them bread, and they don't even place your bets. You know why I stopped doing it? Cause look, I got all this going on. I don't have time to be doing that right now. But I did do it. I just don't have time. Cause like I said, I was taking streaming more serious, and the channel has grown. And overall, my media coverage on things has grown. So that's kind of why I kind of fell back from doing the online betting thing. But yeah, just be mindful who you bet with, because like I said, a lot of these guys, they take your money, don't even be placing your bets. You know, and then when you hit, they can't even cover your bet because they never placed it. You know, they never place it. Or what they do is they do this too. They'll place your bet, right? 'Cause I'm pretty sure all these sites is like that. They place your bet and then they cash it out. Because you can cash the bets out. That's what they do. They do that a lot too. Debo says Xander is fool. I believe him too. Yo, look, I'm gonna say this, bro. That's one of Bill's marketing ploys. I don't think if they was to make Dev and Xander right now, that's a dangerous fight for Dev at 154. It is what it is. Listen, Xander is far from food for Devin Haney. I'm telling you. Yo, Dev is far from food with listen. I'm not gonna go into too much because this is the source experience, man. My stats and everything are showing. Look, yo, I'm popping and my stats are showing. Right? I don't really get into the YouTube circus shit because I'm certified and stamped. But let them make that fight right now. If they was to make that fight right now, Xander's far from food. Listen, Xander is no Brian Norman Jr. I'm gonna just say that. Brian Norman Jr. was food, and I told you somebody will get exposed. If they was to make Xander and Devin right now at 154, he's not food. But Bill's using his name, you know why? Who is the youngest current unified champion in boxing? Put in the comment section. Who is the youngest current unified champion in boxing? Xander. Xander got a whole country behind him. Xander is Bad Bunny right now of Puerto Rico. Xander was just in the Super Bowl, right? Halftime show. So yes, why wouldn't he be fooled? Bill's smart. Bill is one of the smartest marketing dudes in the game. That's why I always shouted Bill out. Remember, Bill, you shouted me out when oh man, I sold a lot of hats too that time. Thank you too, Bill. When you said what did you say? And the sauce, right? You was like, and the sauce, right? So shout out to you, Bill. Bill shouted me out, man. Right? Um, but Bill's smart, man. Look, by saying a guy that was just in the Super Bowl halftime show is food, right? It's smart, man. Now, when if somebody else other than Bill Haney did that, you would say that's clout chasing. But being that it's Bill Haney, a master, maneuver guy that plays chess, great play. But like, if somebody else had said that, pay attention. They would say, "Yo, you're clout chasing." Because Xander was what in the halftime show, man. Xander got a whole country behind him. Youngest unified champion in boxing at 23 years old. He's not fooled. Xander is ascending. He's an eagle. He's flying high. Hopefully y'all are catching the sauce, man. We just kicking the smash the light buttons, man. Let's keep the lights going, man. This is War Eagle content, man. I told you I'm gonna give y'all the whole 2 hours. That's like the Ice Road Trucker vibe. The Seamore's done kicked in, man. I got a lot of energy right now. I'm fighting off the flu, y'all. Y'all look, y'all wouldn't know that my whole household has the flu. Right? My whole household, everybody in there, flued up. This is the season too, man. Y'all know that, right? All the germs at the school, right? It's flu season. But he said he did. That was smart, right? He said Xander was fooled at 154. You be the green champion at 147. Cause let's not, front. Brian Norman Jr. was a green world champion at 147. Right? You caught a nice lick, Bill. That was smooth. You caught a nice lick. But Xander Zion is a lot more seasoned. He's you know it, Bill. You know it. He's a lot more seasoned. Malik, I don't think he was the best at 147. I'll post your comment, Malik. I don't think so. I don't think so. According to the Chitlin circuit, according to the Chitlin circuit, the best guy that was at 147, they made the deal. The best guy that was at 147 moved up to 154. And you know who that was? Boots Ennis. Boots Ennis. But players get it in. A deal was made and Boots left. But the best guy at 154 was Boots Ennis. Right? Now 147, it really didn't have nobody, man. It really didn't have nobody. It was wide open. That is why Rolly got elevated after beating Ryan, right? Because Rolly's the current 147 champion, right? Brian Norman, before he got knocked off, was the WBO champion. You had Mario Barrios, who lost to old Pacquiao, is the WBC champion. The 147 division is just basura. It is basura. It is. It's trash. Literally. And you know what's crazy about that? The welterweight division is considered what, y'all? Boxing talk now, man. The glamour division. It's not glamour no more, man. It's not glamour. It is. I don't want to say that because look, hopefully somebody else will come on and say this. Because now, with me saying this on my platform, they're going to be mad. I don't care, though. Because like I said, when it comes to streaming and shit, I'm leaning away from boxing streaming. This wasn't even a boxing stream today. This was about welfare and Section 8 and eliminating the black fathers. But, I'm just talking boxing now at the end. But the welterweight division is basura. It's wide open, right? And Devin knows it. Bill and them know it. But what I think they're going to do is, and I'll speak on this, I think they're going to, they're going to, Bill and them not going to get the big unifications, right? Unless Turkey or somebody steps in to be their muscle. Because what they're trying to do is, I'm telling you, and Malik, you should know this. You're Al Heyman's nephew, right? If Ryan Garcia is successful, right, against Mario Barrios next Saturday, it's going to be him and Rolly. Even though Devin is a champion too, they're gonna slide Dev out the door. They're gonna slide Dev out the door. You know why? Because Dev, and I say this respectfully, all the people on the internet, the YouTube community that pushes narratives, they're jokes. They don't have no muscle. In boxing, you gotta have muscle. You need muscle, man. They don't have, most of these niggas, and I say this respectfully, no disrespect, but respectfully. 7-8 Sports, Blue Blood Sports TV, BFTV, they're wanksters. They're wanksters, man. They're internet wanksters. They push narratives. You need frontline soldiers. Niggas that's applying pressure. That's how fights are really made. They not applying no pressure because they sit online and all they do is sell wolf tickets. You need muscle, right? You need real muscle. That's how fights get made, man. That's how fights get made. When they know you got a big gun on you. When you got a big gun on you and niggas know it's organized chaos. It's organized chaos. Once you start shaking that motherfucking tree, shit gonna fall down. These niggas ain't shaking shit. I told y'all that for years. They all internet wanksters, bro. Brand killers. Right? You gotta have muscle in this game, man. Muscle and leverage. That's how shit gets done. Right? And like I said, I see if Rolly beats Woodson, which I think he's gonna do, Barrios is gonna get beat by Ryan. And the Devin rematch is the bigger fight. But if Turkey Al-Sheikh comes in, right, which he can, because Turkey's a muscle. If Turkey comes in and throws it up, then Ryan and Golden Boy will have no choice but to go to the table and get with Dev. But what they're going to try to do is, and this is how they all move, they're going to keep it in-house with Al and Golden Boy, Richard Schaefer, because, even though Golden Boy feels like Al stole all his fighters, right? They're going to work together. Unless Turkey steps in. Now, if Turkey steps in, because, Turkey slips a lot bigger than Al Heyman slips. If you know, you know. Turkey slips are a lot bigger than Al Heyman slips right now. Yo, look, do you think if Turkey was putting on that fight, put it in the comment section. Because everybody's saying Earl Spencer's making a guarantee of 2.5 or 3 million. If that was a Turkey fight, you think that'd be Earl Spencer's guarantee? $3 million to go to Australia? Yeah, they just said they just said Shakur and Tio made 10 million in the Garden, alleged. 10 M's, man. So you mean to tell me the biggest after 3 years is coming back? And that's his ticket, 3 million? Damn. It's crazy, man. Call Al. Yo, Gumbo, you still in here? Call Al. Can somebody get Al on the phone? Can anybody get Al on the phone? Can anybody get Al on the phone? Let me see if I can get Al on the phone, right? Y'all want a good laugh? I'm gonna get Al on the phone. I'm gonna get Al on the phone.
Hello?
Hey, is this Al? Hello?
Dad?
Yes, is this Al?
No.
Yeah, do you know how to get in contact with Al?
No.
Can you put a fight together for me?
Dad, stop asking someone.
I need to get a fight put together. Can you make some
No,
phone
Dad,
calls?
Dad, stop asking someone.
Can you make some phone calls to get a fight put together for me?
No.
Can you call Al?
No. Dad, stop.
All right, I'll see you in a little bit.
Dad, asking someone. Stop funny.
Yo, can you get your crew online?
Dad, stop.
Yo, get your crew online and tell them I'm on live stream right now to pull up in the chat.
Dad, school, Dad.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. Damn. All right. But you come on the chat real quick. Call Al. Yo, call Al. We need to make this fight. Yeah, somebody call Al, man. Yeah, we need to make this fight, man. We need to make this fight happen, man. Nah, but yo, all jokes aside, right? That's how this shit is really done. That's how this shit is really done, though, man. It's all phone calls, man. It's all phone calls behind the scenes. See, the PVC guys for too long, they only been able to call one guy, man. Call Al. Call Al. You gotta have more than just Al in your phone, man. And Turkey Al Sheik has exposed that, man. Yo, you know who else has exposed that? And I was talking to some of my peoples, right? Yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm gonna do a reaction, and a lot of y'all know it's coming, right? A lot of y'all are trying to sell your soul to get with Zofa or Zufa. I know. I got the plugs, baby. I told y'all slept on me. I got the plug. A lot of YouTubers, right? You see it already taking place. Showbiz got his deal. He's with the zone, right? YouTube content creators, the agent ones especially, a lot of them are trying to get with Zufa. I know. They trying to get with Zufa. But they not buying it, man. Because they know a lot of y'all channels ain't popping. It is what it is, man. A lot of you guys are agents. They know y'all channels ain't popping, man. Smash the like button, man. War Eagle content, man. We are the War Eagles over here, man. Y'all trying to get Zufa deals. Dana White and them ain't messing with y'all, man. They sat in the cut and they watched, right? They watched. They said, damn, the YouTube boxing ain't really popping. Right? And it's not. You know why YouTube boxing is not popping? All of these guys sit online for hours and they talk to bots. They talk to bots. And they fucked the game up to the point where now this is what YouTube, the boxing community, thinks is success. They don't base the success on actual stats, stamps, and receipts. They base it off of the illusion, right? And that's why, if you notice, all of these guys have the same crash dummy format. I've been on for a whole hour and almost 2 hours, right? I did not put my link in the chat once. Why? You know why I did? Because having your link in the chat and having people on your panel is just a gathering of what? Motionless fans. When you do this every single day and you base your platform off of that, as a consumer, you are showing the potential sponsors, buyers, things of that. You sit around a whole bunch of people and are amongst a whole bunch of people that are only sitting around. The reason why I started the Ice Road Trucker Vibes and many other things that I do is to show that I am outside getting to it, networking, hand to hand, running into people, right? You know, somebody reached out to me and they need assistance, right? But like I said, you got to come to the table now. For my connections, it's 10%, man. It's 10%. For my platform, it's 10%. For my company, services, it's 10%, man. I don't want to cover your fights. I don't want to go to your fights. I do my own thing. I always did my own thing. And a lot of you guys overlook that. So now stay in the bushes. Stay in the bushes. It's 10%, man. I could sell 100 tickets, right? I could sell tickets. I show it. Look, I have shown it already. I actually sell products, right? I actually sell products. I could sell 100 tickets. These dudes sit online every single day, and it's smoke and mirrors. Now I have exposed all that. I don't want motherfuckers that can't hit a like button. You can't hit a like button. Hitting the like button is free, right? Anybody that sits online that cannot hit a like button, what type of consumer are you? You're not spending no money. You're jealous to the point where you don't even do things that are free. Hopefully y'all catching the source today, man. How's the content looking, y'all? How's the content looking, man? Right? Motion. Motion, baby. I'm gonna stay on for 2 hours, man. I got 15 more minutes, man. Any other topic y'all want me to cover, man? Hit the like button. All right. Let's see what's going on YouTube. Anything? Anybody on live talking about anything interesting? Yo, the gym was popping last night, y'all. Did y'all see me in the gym last night? Look, I'll go over here. Hold on. Y'all gotta run the lights up though, man. We throwing those war eagles in the chat. Get the likes up though, y'all. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. We'll let this rock out right here. Look. Yeah, this is my content, so I'm gonna play it. All out, all out. Last round.
Last round, Joshua. Last round. All out. All out. Last round, Amani. Last round. Well, I like that. I like that twerk.
That was the hammer.
That's the hammer, huh?
That was the hammer. Marty dropped the hammer right there. That was the hammer punch.
Well, sit on him. Sit on him. Sit on him. Oh, here go my guy right here. Here go my guy right here.
Look at my boy.
Let's get that bounce going.
Look at my boy.
Let's go. There we go. Fire that jab now.
Look. I've been working with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been working with young boy right there.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah.
You bringing that hook. Nice.
Look, I've been working with him.
Yeah. There he is. There he is. Nice. Now, remember what I told you about switching levels now. Get your levels on, y'all. There you go.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, post your motion, man.
They all working, y'all.
Just don't talk it.
They all working.
Post your motion.
30 seconds, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Let's go, Joshua, let's go. 30 seconds.
Man, the boy is working, boy.
Time. Yeah. Get some water. Get some water. Calisthenics. Let's see what Big Sauce got, y'all.
And you play the drums? What's your cadence sound like? Yeah, what's your cadence sound like, man? Huh? What's your drum line sound like?
Do calisthenics, man.
What does your drum line sound like, man?
Running my mouth on the podcast, man.
What does your drum line sound like, man?
Just wasn't running my mouth.
What does,
House, man. Max House, calisthenics.
yeah, I put my 2 hours in, y'all.
We're gonna get that rhythm going.
Look, we got that rhythm going. Look.
Jack.
Content for y'all, man. Content, man.
Sauce experience, man. Tom, what up, man? Yeah, man, I made it in. I made it in. I made it in.
Content, y'all.
Calisthenics. Everybody do some calisthenics. Everybody in the ring, calisthenics. Yeah, I was thinking about
Yeah,
doing this.
the gym is thriving, man. The gym is definitely thriving. It's good to see. It's good to see. It's definitely good to see. Um, shout out to everybody that came through. Look, I gave y'all 2 hours in studio, right? In studio, man. Now I'm about to put out some edits. Um, then probably just go home and kick it, man. See, right now, um, the crib. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go home and get some Lysol. I got to spray. I got a Lysol a section out. Yo, everybody in the crib is sick, man. They all sick, man. I don't like to be around that shit, man. All right? But I'm a Lysol a section off of me. But while I'm here, I'm gonna put out my edits real quick, man. And you know, rest up. Rest up. You know. But shout out to everybody that pulled up, had the chat active. I appreciate all of y'all. You are continuing to help the channel to grow. You're also killing all the narratives with these guys and these fake numbers and things like that, man. Growth over gimmicks, man. Source experience. Salute to all my war eagles. Keep the war eagle comments like this. Keep the war eagle comments coming in the chat, man. Keep these comments right here in the chat, the war eagles, man. But this is the Source Experience, the news by Shanewz. Media, management, marketing, motion talk, man. You do have options, man. 10%, man, for my services, man. Don't waste your time no more, man. I don't work for free, man. Yeah, look, all the free work, right? You overlooked all the free work that you thought was free. But all it was me actually building my company, my brand, and my catalog, man. Once again, don't hit me up for nothing for free. Go get with the gimmicks that think they can do what I do, but can't show nothing that they did. I show everything that I did and came on the internet and people were upset because I did it.
Let yourself down. Somebody else will let you down. So sorry.
Jai, how did the connection with you and Jay Prince happen? Did Jay Prince call you one day and say, hey, it's Jay Prince?
And so, all right, I'm a simple story. Basically, Jackal Fitness, right? One of the guys, he like a media, all the underground media, you feel me? Go around, so he knew Mike Prince, I take my shit in stride, nigga. I'm a man at the end of the day, nigga. Niggas don't owe me nothing. I don't owe niggas nothing. We got friends out here this day that don't post shit. How many friends you know never post nothing you did, nigga? That you grow with.
A lot.
Thank you. I got the same shit. I got friends with that right now. Don't do shit. I'm taking them niggas with me. Hell no. You gonna stay right there, nigga, when I go. You don't show the same love I show niggas. I show everybody love. Like, you supposed to show that back. Niggas be on your page. Niggas don't like this shit. Why follow me?
You right?
You'll scroll right past a nigga page. You'll look at it and won't like it. Why are you here? Why are you here? Delete yourself, nigga.
What really happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
The fuck is that? Yeah. I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town.
Hey guys, this is Tiana Toon with Himala. I'm a top rank knockout, and I want to give a shout out to Sauce Tech.
Thank you. You know the vibes.
Yes, just wrapped up another fire show, man. Growth over gimmicks, man. Source experience. You know, you do have options. Marketing, management, media. But hey, what do I know? I holla.